Hello YouTube, this is Divine Shadow here, and this is an update video for my Shu Yun Tiny Leaders deck. Now, we've made some changes, some lands been messed around, creatures been played back and forth, figuring out what to do with this to make it much more effective, and so far, after last night's immense fuck up, I had to completely take this deck apart and put back all the pieces that were consistent. I don't know what the hell's going on with this, ignore it. But this is what I came up with so far. Been playtesting it on here. So far, it's working out pretty well. I'm still missing stuff, and obviously, the land base here is not very good. I would normally never want to use guild gates or anything. I'd rather have scry lands and other good lands that would just give me more advantage, but I don't have the money for that. The problem with being a budget player, you're stuck with this shitty land for the moment. So anyways, let's get on to the video. We're going to start with the creatures. We've got 9. We have a Delver. We kept that. Brought the Frostburn Weird back in after taking it out. I feel like this will be very good. It can be a good defensive or offensive card. I finally got my hands on a real Grand Abolisher, so I'm keeping it in the list permanently because this card is hell. It is annoying, and it completely shuts down one of my friend's decks, which tries to mess me up whenever it's my turn, but he doesn't really do much on his turn. So basically stops him from doing anything at all, and I just slap him around with a brick. Mantis Rider, Flying Vigilance Haste 3/3. When there's not a lot of flying stuff that really can be a problem, and you have this as both the offensive and defensive, this thing is awesome. Monastery Swiftspear comes in with haste and prowess. Mostly give a shit about the prowess, but coming in for haste to do 1, 2, sometimes 3 damage, pretty good. Seeker, 2/2 prowess that gets lifelink. The MVP of the deck, Shu Yun the Swaggernaut. I mean, come on, this guy is great. Soulfire Grandmaster, she has lifelink, and instants and sorceries I control have lifelink, so pretty good. People keep saying she's not good, and I could probably go without her, but I'm liking it so far. If I find something better, I will. Like, if I could get my hands on a Monastery Mentor, probably switch her out immediately. Because Monastery Mentor is insane. And Young Pyromancer, because Young Pyromancer. Alright, let's go on to the instance. Arali's Fury. Not really a board wipe entirely, it can be, but the best part about it is you'll damage their creatures, you tap each creature that was dealt damage from this, and players that are dealt damage this way can't cast non-creature spells. So I try to hit as much of their creatures as possible, then I hit them so they can't cast anything, so I can come in and swing for a lot of damage. And sometimes it can be a finisher as well. Haven't done it as a finisher yet, but I have gone through for immense damage. Blue Sun Zenith, draw power, a really good card later in the game to get a bunch of cards to try and gain advantage, and usually it works in our favor, and then it gets shuffled back into the library so we can find it again. Boros Charm stays, deal 4 damage. Our permanents get indestructible, or give Shu Yan double strike. And giving him double strike when you do something that gives him unblockable really works in your favor. Brainstorm, absolute must card for blue. Just draw 3 cards. Find some advantage in those 3 cards that you just drew, hopefully. And then put 2 cards from your hand on top of your library. And I like doing this when I have a Delver out, because then I assure myself that I will get to flip it. Counterspell, counter. Cyclonic Rift, this for its overload cost for 7, beautiful. Just get rid of their entire board, and then swing in next turn. Hopefully get them for enough damage. It's usually a good way to finish them off. I surprisingly haven't gotten to do it yet, but hopefully in time. Fire Ice, yes. Is it Charm, counter, deal damage to a creature, or draw cards. I normally use this to draw cards. I haven't really found much value in using it as a counter yet. I know it can be valuable though. And damage, rarely. Lightning Bolt. It's just beautiful. 3 damage for 1. Yes. Lightning Helix with Soulfire Grandmaster. I do 3 damage to them and I gain 3 life and then I gain 3 more life. So I gain 6 life, they take 3 damage. Pretty good deal in my opinion. Lightning Strike, deal 3 damage. Magma Jet. I love using this card a lot to make sure I have good cards coming most of the time, because the Scry is so valuable with decks like this, because you always want to be able to hit stuff that you can play, and I found this very, very useful, and it's obviously great, and I need more Scry stuff, but for now, I think I'm working well with what I have. Path to Exile, exile target creature, they get to search for a land card and put it in the battlefield tapped. This is okay, but Source of Plowshares is better because you don't want them to get the advantage, especially in a format like this. You don't want them to get extra land, but this is another removal card, so I keep it. Silence, do this when you know you have a play and go through for as much damage as you possibly can and try to finish them off. Or stop somebody who's going to try to make a insane combo on you if you know that they're going for a combo. Nice card for just 1 white. Spell Pierce, 1 blue, counter target non-creature spell unless the controller pays 2. More counters. Sphinx's Revelation. This card is just way too good. Way too good. That X late game is so valuable. Extra life, extra cards, extra chance to take back the board and mess them up. Great. And Source to Plowshares. Exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power. Who cares if they gain some life? With this type of deck, you're smashing their face in. That life gain is almost irrelevant. We got 4 sorceries. Artful Dodge. 1 blue to give target creature unblockable this turn, and it has a flashback cost of blue, so it's valuable. Very, very valuable. Give it to Shu Yun. Swing in for a lot of damage, and they can't stop it. They can't block it. They'd have to destroy Shu Yun, which a lot of people do because they know that that's my strategy. That's a very basic strategy, in all honesty. But whatever. I try to get in with Shu Yun, and I try to find a way to give him hexproof with Swiftfoot Boots down there. Martial Coup, board wipe. We wait till late game, till we have at least 7 mana to spend usually. Oops, sorry about that. And then we board wipe everything, get 5 soldiers, and then we try to take control from there. I mean, when you have 5 little soldier tokens that can poke them late game, it's not terribly bad, but you just destroyed everything and cleared their board that could have possibly fucked you up. So, yeah, definitely worth it. This is going to be a great card for any deck that can use white. Ponder. Look at the top 3 cards, put them back in any order. Then you can shuffle your library if you don't like any of those 3 cards, and then draw a card. Or just draw a card that you found amongst them. Preordain, scry 2, then draw a card. Scry, so valuable, just really, really valuable in this type of deck. You want to make sure you're going to get stuff that you can do, and then get an extra card out of the 2 cards you scried, or just get something else. Free draw. Aqueous Form, enchantment. Only running 3 enchantments. We got Aqueous Form, which is enchanted creature can't be blocked, and whenever enchanted creature attacks, scry 1. More scry. More love. More smashing faces. Jeskai Ascendancy. Well, I do not have the combo in here anymore like in the original one. This is just a really, really good enchantment, especially with cards with prowess. It's basically double prowess trigger plus a free draw. You just get rid of something in your hand that's basically jank. Ambristic Study. This card, if people don't pay attention to it, you can get a lot of draw power. Like, I was playing one game yesterday, and this was one of my savior cards where I was able to get so much extra draw power that I was just able to completely keep my hand filled with answers, and I was able to take control of that game. So even though the deck wasn't working for me last night in the way I wanted it to, this card was one of the saving graces, and absolutely wonderful card. 2 artifacts, Hero's Blade. This card for Shu Yun, make him into a 6/4 with double strike. It's awesome. You want to make sure this is on board. Then when you drop Shu Yun, it goes on to him for free because it says whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under your control, you can attach the Hero's Blade to it. I think I'm understanding this correctly. If I'm wrong, forgive me. And Swiftfoot Boots. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. I love it. And finally, the land base. We got one of Darkar Wastes, a Pain Land, a Boros Guildgate, Flooded Strand, Glacial Fortress, Halimar Depths. This card was really good last night too, because getting to look at those top 3 cards in my deck, even if I can't put them to the bottom, I'm still going to be able to sift through them for what I need now and what I don't need, and just get value out of it that way. We got one island, an Izzet Guildgate, a mountain, a Mystic Monastery, plains, Swiftwater Cliffs, Temple of Enlightenment, Terramorphic Expanse, Tranquil Cove, and a Windscarred Crag. So a lot of life gain land, and then just regular land that's just duels. So yeah, that's about it for right now. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I didn't ramble on a little bit too much, and hopefully the music that I'm listening to in the background won't be disruptive. Later.
Money, 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 motherfucker.
Money on my motherfucking mind. Cut 5 haircuts at the same time.